is a presentation of Main Street Media, your source for news, sports, and information on Main Street in Middle Tennessee.
It's Fri-YAY. Are you making it just under the wire like we are around here? My goodness. This morning, we launched a new episode. A new episode dropped of Mornings on Main Street, the live from the Omni Taste of Nashville edition, the Omni Hotel in Nashville, a fabulous place, and we love sharing it with you. And you can go to our YouTube channel or Facebook for Main Street Nashville or any of our Main Street platforms and see it. But you know what I really want you to see? I want you to pay attention because coming up next week is the biggest giving day of the year for Middle Tennessee.
We've all heard the saying that a little can go a long way. This is especially true during the Big Payback's 24-hour online giving event, helping support hundreds of local nonprofit organizations from 6 p.m. on May 4th through 6 p.m. May 5th. A gift of as little as $10 could be boosted by cash prizes and help to make a big difference in the life-changing work of local nonprofits. Learn more at thebigpayback.org.
I have my favorite nonprofits, and I invite you, wherever you're watching this, to put the website or the link to your favorite nonprofit in, or better yet, the Big Payback link. If you go to thebigpayback.org, there's a little drop-down menu that says find a nonprofit. And maybe there's one in there that you want to tell the world about. Drop those in the comments and let us know, because we like to spread the word, and I want to make sure that we have them on the upcoming shows leading up to the Big Payback. Well, also the Homestead Festival is coming, and it's coming to Columbia, and Rory Feek's farm is going to be full of people telling you how to homestead. Last Farmin Friday, we profiled Ann of all trades, who moved from Seattle to Nashville and started a homestead in Nashville. Very, very cool. She does so many cool things, but I want you to meet her because you can meet her in person at the Homestead Festival coming up in June.
A lot of people will ask me how I know how to do so many things, and the simple answer is I absolutely love learning.
Meet Ann. Ann is a woodworker.
Started woodworking because I wanted to build a mandolin.
She's also a mechanic.
I wanted to do a cafe racer conversion project my entire life.
She loves to garden.
Today I'm going to take you on a tour of our garden.
She even knows how to weld. She's also a baker.
Bread, pizza, cinnamon rolls.
And a chef.
Quick, easy dinner recipes.
A builder.
The tiny house built.
A teacher. A roofer. A beekeeper. A blacksmith. A plumber.
Farmer.
Artist.
They show me no mercy, so I just keep.
Meet Ann. Ann of all trades.
You're going to want to go to the Homestead Festival. I'm going to be there. I cannot wait to be there for a lot of reasons. I love farming. I love agriculture. It is the hope of our past, our future, and our present. Being a farmer, or being able to even grow even something that sustains you, even if it's on the terrace or the patio. You can do so much, and you can learn all about it at the Homestead Festival coming up in June. And guess who just one of the musical guests will be? Kevin Costner, Modern West. Oh, I know. I know. Is that not the coolest thing since sliced bread? Well, during the pandemic, Kevin Costner spoke to people and he had a lot to say. And you kind of understand why he would come to the Middle Tennessee to be part of the Homestead Festival. It's just his heart, and that's what he believes in. He's got a song called The Sun Will Rise Again. And I think I wanted to share a little bit of what he said to his people and the way that he put this song together. I think it'll bless your heart today.
Hello, everyone. Just thinking out loud, the way maybe a lot of people are thinking out loud. I want to let you know I'm doing all right, and pray and hope that the same thing is happening for you. I know it's not easy. It's pretty confusing. At this house, I find myself washing off groceries on our front porch. I see my kids on the computer waving me out of the room. But I have it good, and not everybody has it as well. So I'm aware, while I'm going through this, I'm aware of where I'm at in this life, and I'm happy about that. But as I'm thinking about where everyone else is, I started thinking about a song that Modern West did a while back called The Sun Will Rise Again. It just talks about the idea of things being really broken. And right now things are broken. And it's confusing, and there's a lot of noise out there. And the only thing I can hope is that maybe this song maybe mirrors how you're feeling with the idea of how it ends. The sun's going to rise again. That's going to happen for all of us.
There's a storm all across the land. Feel the thunder shake the ground. I've seen people run for shelter, and there's no shelter to be found. Seems like this rain might last forever, and the night might never end. But I know enough to remember the sun, it will rise again. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Gonna be alright, my friend. Sun, it will rise again. I had a dream while I was sleeping. Here beside this broken road, felt like a man without a shadow on my back, and I'd run as far as I could go. Now I wake up in this darkness, pray for daylight to touch our land. I hear the morning like a promise in my ear. The sun, it will rise again. Oh, the sun, it will rise again. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Gonna be alright, my friend. Yeah, yeah, yeah. The sun, it will rise again. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
You guys, we've got all sorts of new shows. If you watch Main Street Media, our portals are all filled with all sorts of neat shows. And I've got a new show that I'm working on called Roosters and Roots, and Farm Credit is going to be part of that with us in the coming weeks. I thought I'd give you a little sneak peek, and we've joined that together. I'm going to go out and visit some friends who I know have farms, and we're going to use some things that they're doing. But I thought I would kind of preface the show that we're building by just giving you a little intro, a little information about Farm Credit and why they're joining with us, and a little bit about my friends, the Alvarado Roadshow. My Brother Cleve is their webisode series, and it is hysterical and funny and heartfelt. Their music is incredible, but just give a little look.
For a century, Farm Credit has been supporting rural communities and agriculture with reliable, consistent credit and financial services. But do you know why Farm Credit was created? Rural enterprises and agriculture are essential, yet volatile. Farm Credit was created to help rural communities from coast to coast weather financial ups and downs. Our access to financial resources and cooperative structure have allowed us to remain strong through bad and good times.
Thanks.
Farm Credit supports the diverse financial needs of farmers, ranchers, and rural businesses. We also help rural communities thrive by financing vital infrastructure and communication services. That steady flow of credit means more jobs, more economic growth, and more investment in rural America. Today's beginning farmers are the backbone of tomorrow's rural communities. That's why Farm Credit actively supports youth leadership programs like 4-H and the FFA and makes an average of 60,000 loans to beginning farmers each year. As a network of cooperatives, each locally owned by our borrowers, Farm Credit profits are returned directly to our customers, which helps strengthen the rural economy. Our mission has always been to support rural communities and agriculture, making America strong, today and tomorrow. Visit farmcredit.com to learn more.
We're going to be creating episodes going to people's farms around Middle Tennessee, their gardens. We're going to have tips. We're going to have new products that we're going to be launching to tell you about, even something as easy how to keep fleas away from your pets. So, because we're in the height of flea and tick season. And so we're going to have all sorts of news and things that you can use. So even if you're not a farmer, you're going to find something about roosters and roots that you can use. And thank you to Farm Credit for joining with us. And we're going to go now farther east of Nashville for my friends from Alvarado Roadshow. They started a web series about their own farming escapades, and it's called My Brother Cleve. We're going to give you a sneak peek. You can follow them, but also remember that whatever your dream is, when it comes to being more sustainable, that has become kind of the credo of a lot of people, especially during the pandemic when everybody was kind of locked away. I think we all want to never feel quite so vulnerable again.
Hey, I'm AJ. This is my brother Cleve. We moved 4 families from Alvarado, Texas to right outside of Nashville, Tennessee with a dream of playing music, raising a family, building a ranch, and living life the way we want to live. I'm AJ, and this is my brother Cleve.
We started playing music when we were kids. Mom and Daddy always made a way for us to play, and we honed our gifts as singers, songwriters, and musicians. Me and my brother have been up and down the road and played for a lot of people and a lot of cool places in our lifetime. Now, we've always felt like we had something to say, and music has always been our vehicle. It's our life. We love it. And we hadn't even got started yet. Now, we swore we'd never leave Texas, but music had other plans, and it eventually led us to Nashville. But we knew we couldn't do it by ourselves. We had to have our family. They mean everything to us. We're so thankful everyone was in. 4 families. It was a big move, but we did it all together, all at once. When we got to Tennessee, we all literally put every bill on the table and agreed to work together. And that's how we got out of debt. We've got dreams of playing music, building a ranch, raising kids, and living a good life together. And that's exactly what we're going to do. Ain't that right, AJ? That's right, Cleve.
I know this ain't what we planned when I put that ring there on her hand. But we're okay. Are we okay? It's just a little house on a little lot with a little backyard. It suits us fine. I hope she's happy. I'm not the perfect guy for the perfect girl in a perfect world, but she knows I tried. I hope she's happy. I lose my breath, it scares me to death. I could wake up and she'd be gone, but every time I think about what I can't live my life without, I hope she's happy.
Whether we're on the road or back at home on the ranch with our family, we're living our dream. I'm AJ, and this is my brother Cleve.
AJ and Cleve, they are they're hysterical. The webisodes are fantastic, but I hope that they'll come and visit with us, and I'd love to go out and see their farm because the cows are always, they had to learn how to do fencing, and the cows were getting out. And what does it take to do cows? Just because you're from Texas doesn't mean you're a built-in rancher. They're having to learn things from the ground up. And that's a lot about what we're going to be doing on Roosters and Roots in the coming weeks. We're also, we launched a few months ago, we launched from Brooks Healing Center, a show called Miracles on Main Street. And we've been telling the story of hope when addiction has told you the lie that there is no hope. And Tyler is the founder of this wonderful organization. It's in Normandy, Tennessee, and Justin and I went up to visit them. It's near Murfreesboro, not very far, and it's just absolutely the most beautiful place ever. But in the coming weeks, we're going to be dividing it up, and we've got another show. You can find it on our Main Street Nashville YouTube channel, and it is called Miracles on Main Street. You got to meet Josh, who works with them, but the episode we're working on, it's not quite finished yet, but I will tell you, I want you to meet Tyler just to see the heart behind Brooks Healing Center in Normandy, Tennessee.
My name is James Tyler Bowman. I'm the CEO of Brooks Healing Center. I'm approaching 7 years in recovery personally. Addiction was a constant struggle for me for around 10 or 11 years. What motivated me to start Brooks Healing Center was really a frustration in seeing the gap in client care. You know, when I got sober, a group of guys gave me a hug and asked me if I loved myself. And yeah, I didn't really love myself too much. And when I say that, I don't mean in an egotistical way. I just had a lot of shame, guilt, and things that were underlying from my childhood that I never really dealt with. And they gave me a hug and said, well, we're gonna love you until you can love yourself. What motivates me to show up every day is when I watch somebody changing and they go from that depressed state to feeling like they have hope, because I really know, I know what that feels like. So and I'm sorry to get emotional, but it's really hard when you feel like there's no reason left to live because you don't know how to deal with your own emotions. And so essentially what I hope is that they can gain strength in that, and seeing them grow. I feel like that's why I'm still here, right? To share my experience, to let people know that life is beautiful and that it's just based on perception and how you look at it and the people you surround yourself with. And it's also your mentality. It's a thinking problem that we have, and we have to learn how to combat it.
Healing from substance abuse can be a lonely journey, but you don't have to do it all on your own. At Brooks Healing Center, you matter. We're here to lend you love, support, and acceptance on your journey to find yourself again. With medical detox, residential, and partial hospitalization program levels of care, we help you overcome addiction, trauma, and adverse childhood experiences through personalized healing journeys. Our seasoned team of heart-centered staff is here for you with support, compassion, and hope. At Brooks Healing Center, we'll love you until you fall in love with everything you are.
Getting to go and walk the grounds. As we drove into Brooks Healing Center, there were these purple flowers. They were wildflowers. And they're kind of those little clover looking things, but have the little purple, like, I don't know, the little tiny purple flowers on them. And when you drive by, it just looks like an entire purple pasture. It was so beautiful. And the sounds of the birds and everything. I will tell you that when it comes to recovery, the place that you choose to do your recovery is very important. And Brooks Healing Center in Normandy, Tennessee, not very far from Murfreesboro, is really an incredible place. And even if it's not the place for you, you can give them a call and they'll help find the right place for you, whether it's juggling insurances and things like that. That's what they do every single day. So if there's a mom listening right now who has a child and you've been told there's nothing you can do, there's no way to help them, that's a lie from the pit of you know where. So Brooks Healing Center in Normandy, Tennessee. Well, you know what? In August, they're having a wonderful songwriters festival, and it is in Gatlinburg. We've got all the details. I'm going to be there hosting, and I hope that you'll be able to be there too.
Hey everybody, I'm Cara Hogan, and I'm the Executive Director of the Gatlinburg Songwriters Festival. The Gatlinburg Songwriters Festival is a 3-day music event in and around Gatlinburg and the Smoky Mountains, August 18 through 21. The festival is all around Gatlinburg and surrounding areas. There are free performances with 100 #1 hit songwriters and artists on stages like Old Red, Skylift Park, Old Smoky, the Gatlinburg Inn, Park Vista, and many more, including the new Shine Shack. The Gatlinburg Songwriters Festival is made up of over 25 #1 hit songwriters. We also have selected songwriters from all levels. Some are new to songwriting, others have 5, 10 CDs. They're playing all over the city, and you can actually sit down and get to know your favorite songwriter, the story behind the song. So if you're interested in songwriting, you can actually set up a workshop with a hit songwriter and learn the craft from the ground up. We do have free songwriting events throughout the city every day. There are a few that are paid. Some of those you can reach if you're a member. Membership includes newsletter and perks, discounts. All of those things are available if you're a member, and you can find out about membership at www.gatlinburgsongwriters.com. One of the greatest things about the Gatlinburg Songwriters Festival is that you can sit down with songwriters like Tony Arata, who wrote The Dance for Garth Brooks, or Steve Dean, who wrote Watching You for Rodney Atkins. Last year we had Shane Stevens, who was here with the song Fancy Like, which was an Applebee's ad, and it went #1 during the festival. You could be right there with those songwriters and hear the backstory of where those songs came from. Other songwriters include Will Nance, Brady Seals, Pete Salas, Jerry Salley. We have Brian White, Danny Wells, Karen Williams, and we also have local favorite Bobby Tomberlin, who's performed here for years and years at Crystal Creek. He wrote One More Day by Diamond Rio. So plan your trip today for August 18 through 21, 2022 to Gatlinburg to visit the Gatlinburg Songwriters Festival. See you there.
I love songwriters. That's why I love hosting Backstage Nashville from 3rd and Lindsley every Saturday. Doors at 11:15 a.m. Show's over by 2:30. And so your evening is free. If you're like me and you like to be home early, you can be. Or if you like to go out and do something, maybe cut a rug on the town, you can still do that too. And if you've got friends coming in, there's always something to do with songwriters. Nashville is a songwriter town. Well, you know, that's our show for today. I want you to, if you have a little time over the weekend, you can always go to any of our pages and see the brand new Taste of Nashville episode. You can see Miracles on Main Street, and pretty soon you'll be able to see Roosters and Roots, and you can see 10 with Tommy coming up very soon, which will feature a spotlight with Tommy Bryan and a special high school athlete in one of the sports in Middle Tennessee. Very cool shows coming up. Always positive, always on the up and up. And of course, we cover sports starting at 2 o'clock with Main Street Sports Today. And then coming soon after that, evenings and the early afternoon with George Plaster. So we got all your media covered here at Main Street Media. And we hope that whatever you do, you share positive news and that you subscribe to all of our channels. I'm Devin O'Day, and I hope you have a wonderful weekend. Be safe, everybody. And I want you to be kind, because we really need more kindness in this world. But most of all, no matter how your day goes, remember you're loved, because it affects everything else. If you know you're loved, your day just is automatically better, and you're better to people. Have a great rest of your weekend. Bye.
Nothing like the sunrise with your coffee in the morning, or taking a good book off the shelf. Another thing I love the most than being on my own is together with everybody else. Together, like it's silent Sunday summer. Together, on my front porch with my friends. Together with who's ever there, standing next to me. Yeah, together is my favorite place to be.